Good evening. We have 12 games, 36 goals, lots of talking points, a couple of Guinness, 3 trophies, and one award-winning co-host with us tonight. Welcome back to episode 15 of the League 2 Hour. And of course, before we get started, a huge congratulations to my friend Lee, double gold award winner at last week's FCAs, as well as silver in another category. Yet he is taking over. For those of you old enough, he's like Michael Johnson at the Atlanta Games in 1996, minus the sprinting. Well done, buddy. And yeah, you're going to have to get a bigger shed.
I know, mate. Yeah, that's got my cabinet to my right, but these are going, they'll be inside. Mrs. Round the Ground has already let me have these.
Very nice.
But yeah, chuffed to bits with the evening.
Cheers to you. Cheers to you, mate.
Cheers.
Oh, it's nearly Christmas somewhere, isn't it? So,
Lovely.
Right, plenty to get through, like I say. Full quota this weekend. We shall do some comments first, and then we shall let you do your first feature game. Luca Talks Don says, hi, evening, mate. David Longley, same. Evening, gents. Evening, David. Luca says, congratulations to Lee. I've got a feeling there's going to be a few of them. God, what a boring name I've now got. Matt and double gold winning Lee. I can make myself might make myself a tinfoil star or something. Evening, Dom. Hope you're well, mate. Ryan Jones says, evening. Yeah, we're good, mate. Thank you. Welcome to the show. David says, congratulations. Liam Welby says, good evening, gents. Ryan says, congrats to Lee. Nick Castleton says, evening, gents, and well done to Lee. Very well deserved. Absolutely. Greg the Fish is in. Evening, all evening, Greg.
Greg the Fish, go on, though.
The Fish. David says, Gills was a hard watch Saturday. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little while, mate. Yeah, got my own thoughts around it, which is part of a blog piece that I'm going to put up either this evening or tomorrow for everybody to read, just giving my thoughts on the current situation. But Lee, your first feature game this week was Harrogate 0, Walsall 2, as the Saddlers returned to the top of the table thanks to Daniel Carnew and Priestley Farquharson.
Oh, mate, I'm going to butcher that name later on. They always do it to me, don't they?
I'm sure you do it. You just pick these games on purpose with these ridiculously named centre-backs.
What I should do is look at who scored and maybe...
He's desperate for Johnny Smith to be fit again.
Oh, I'm gagging for it. But no, Harrogate 0, Walsall 2. Walsall back to winning ways after a loss at home to Colchester last weekend. It was the early kick-off in Harrogate. And yeah, Walsall be buzzing to get back to winning ways, especially the fans. Obviously, questions always arise what happened last season, but yeah, it's perfect response. And Harrogate's always a tough place to go, regardless of what form they're in. It's a tight ground, so it's always a tough place to go. But yeah, the first goal coming through, a brilliant finish, a through pass for Canu, and he rode the first challenge. Then he rounded the Harrogate defender to slot home his 7th of the season. Really tidy finish. Still had a lot to do with a pass. Obviously, riding the first tackle at coming, and then the Harrogate defender got back in and he rounded him. And yeah, slotted really calmly. It was a really cool finish. So that set Walsall on the way. In terms of chances, not really much else to really look at, and then the second come on the 87th minute, and all points were sealed for the Saddlers through Farquharson. Have I done it right?
Sounds like it, doesn't it? It's close enough.
Yeah. I'm going to take it, mate. I'm going to take it.
Sounds like a short fella out of Shrek.
Yeah, it does, yeah. But yeah, corner crossed in, and he got his head to it, and like I said, a big 3 points for Walsall, and a perfect response as well for the Saddlers as well, because questions are always there, and it's puts them to bed a little bit. I know it's Harrogate who are really, really struggling now. On for me, a worrying run. I think it's seven league games without a win now, and second bottom.
4 on the spin at home as well, just to sort of
go
about being a tough place to go. Yeah, they're really, really struggling because you go back to like 6 weeks and they were like virtually mid-table, weren't they, and doing really, really well. So really, really,
What's going to be interesting? What's going to be interesting now is obviously he's been at the club for so long. Do they make that change? I don't know, or are they happy just with him? It comes to a point where I don't think they've had this sort of run, have they? League Two, where they've really struggled. I know they have a couple of games and then they seem to change round, but for me, I just feel like they're getting a beat with ease at the minute without. Yeah, if I were an Arrogant,
the caveat is they've got a ridiculous amount of injuries, haven't they? I mean, I noticed last week they signed, is it Carl Jameson, the ex-Tranmere centre-half, on an emergency deal, and then they've had to re-sign their former club captain Josh Falkenham on a non-contract basis. He basically retired at the end of last season to become their youth director or something. So they are really struggling. But yeah, they go second bottom in terms of the home form now, don't they, with that defeat, and they're currently 23rd. They dropped into the bottom 2 in the table as well. Yeah, so slightly worrying times. Whether Weaver's under any sort of pressure, I'm not sure, because it's a very different setup there, isn't it, with his father being the chairman. But maybe we'll do a poll tomorrow. Managers under pressure, who we think's under the cosh the most at the moment, and that leads us nicely on to my first feature game of the week. Another manager under the cosh is Darrell Clarke, after his side lost 1-0 to Cheltenham thanks to Jonathan Tompkinson's 70th minute winner, makes it 7 defeats on the spin for the Gas. Yeah, we've seen Cheltenham in recent weeks. They came to Gills. They were really resolute and nearly pinched 3 points after we bossed the game, but they'd had a massive upturn in form after Steve Cotterill had taken over. But there's been issues. They still like to give the ball away in dangerous areas, and they did that early on in this one. But luckily for Cheltenham fans, Joe Day was alert to deny Fabrizio Caven an opener after Tommy Taylor's short back pass. And if that had gone in, it could have been a very different 90 minutes. That was essentially it for the first half. It was boring, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. They had to be alert start of the second half to deny Ellis Harrison, who was back in the starting 11. Then he palmed away a Joel Cotterill effort. And you just knew at that point that these missed chances were going to come back and bite him on the backside. And it did. 20 minutes to go. Jonathan Tompkinson finished well at the back post from a corner. Huge win for the Robins. Takes them out the bottom 2 again. And their points return since Mr. Cotterill returned is really, really good. But Darrell Clarke must be on the thinnest of thin ice now, surely.
He's got to be. We just spoke about Weaver being potentially under the cosh. He's got to be. Because Bristol Rovers obviously coming down a lot, like Tipton to be right up in the mix. So you compare the two with Harrogate, Bristol Rovers bang up against how long do they till they change it? Because you could just slip through the trap door before you know it, and you're in the National League. And for a club like Bristol Rovers, it'll be catastrophic if that happened.
Yeah,
like it would for any club, but for a double relegation, it'd be a disaster.
It would, and their squad is certainly better than 20th, what they're showing at the moment. And again, they've got this weird anomaly where all their points have come in one unbeaten run of 7 games. Either side of that, it's 10 defeats, 3 to start the season, and now 7 on the bounce. I mean, there was talk about Gills being, not in crisis, but you look at other teams further down the table, and I think Gills are doing all right, but we'll get to that in a minute. There's 30 of you watching at the moment, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you to everyone doing that. We'll do a few more comments, and then we'll get to Lee's second.
The like button.
Game. Yeah, keep hitting the like button, subscribe, all that, share it. It'd be brilliant. Dom says 3 points again. Ole, ole. We might talk about that game in a little while. And his 3-word review was better second half. Yeah, I did notice watching the highlights that one. The first half was a bit of a none of it. Also, I want to talk to you, Mr. Award winner. Back-to-back 0-0s. Come on, mate. That's not what your fans want to see.
Mate. I know. I don't think I've ever had that on the channel. Yeah, I'm going to give my son a yellow card. I even commented on my end of the video that 0-0s can just disappear. Obviously, I then covered one on Sunday, which I'd have took your hand off for a 0-0 to be
rather
honest.
than 0-0 that one. Yeah, Sheffield United won the league, didn't they? Bless them. Oh, but we won't get into that. But that was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right. Ryan says professional performance by the Saddlers. Let's hope we can keep the Priest fit all season. I mean, yeah, good player. Liked him when he was at Newport. Was one I'd have loved Gills to have got him for as a centre half. He's big. He's athletic. He's dominating.
I think we asked the question a few weeks ago. Obviously, compared to last season, does Ryan see a difference in this season compared to last season? I'd be interested to get.
Yeah, because we've mentioned it loads of times, haven't we? That you get to January, and then I'd imagine all Walsall fans will get the jitters because of what happened.
Yeah.
Months ago, but yeah, I mean they're doing really well. You can't fault them at all at the moment. So one game at a time and all that. The abandoned hunter says, "Evening, gents from Smithy. Evening, mate. Welcome back to the chat." Nick's Lee's already said, please hit that like button. Yeah, if you can, that'd be absolutely brilliant. It gets the show moving up the queue, so to speak. Nick Castleton says, 3-word review, final, third, finish. Yep. I think our manager alluded to that, which we'll get to in a little while. DFT Lewis is back in the chat after a couple of working Monday. Says, finally back in after working the past 2. Good to be here. Thoughts on Gills, Matt? Lackluster again? Yes and no. Got to be better at certain aspects, but you know, these are games we probably lose last season, the season before. So I think a team that's still picking up points when not playing at their best, I think that can only be a good sign. I don't know if you was in the chat when right at the top of the show, I said I've got a blog piece that's coming out, a written article that I'm going to publish probably tomorrow now. It'll be about the current situation and my thoughts on it. But yeah, obviously there's stuff we need to improve on, but we're 7th after 17 games and we've lost less than 25% of our fixtures this season in the league, which is a huge step up from where we've been. The abandoned hunter says Bristol Rovers looked fantastic in the first half against us at Walsall. Seemed out. Yeah, that's an interesting comment because I spoke to a Bristol Rovers fan for the preview a couple of weeks ago when we went there, Charlie, and he said they were absolutely outstanding first half and then conceded 2 second period. And since then, it's been an absolute car crash. Like form's completely fallen off the edge of a cliff. So big problems for Darryl Clark. David Hutchinson's in the chat all the way from Canada. Congratulations, Lee. Well deserved. Thank you both for keeping me informed on the west coast of Canada. What's the weather like out there, mate? I'm interested to know because it's freezing cold here. So you're a different breed over there, aren't you? It's 25 foot of snow and people are still walking to work and all that kind of stuff. Congratulations again, Lee, from the abandoned hunter. Ryan's answered your question, Lee. He says more squad depth this season, but in the same position with Carnu as Lowe, might be called back. Yeah, that's another interesting one, isn't it? We know how badly the recalling of Nathan Lowe affected them last season, and Daniel Carnu's going similar rate, I'd imagine. What's he got? 7, you said already?
7, yeah. Where's he come from?
Is he?
I want
to say Charlton.
Yeah, I'm just about to say Charlton. Sure, I've heard Charlton. Might be completely wrong.
Yes, Charlton on loan from the Addicts at a championship. So yeah, you want to keep hold of him, but that's the trouble when they do well, isn't it?
I think
the abandoned hunter says, don't think he's anywhere ready for the championship. Yeah, but he might go League One, mightn't he? That's the thing. I know Lowe sort of got stuck on the bench at Stoke, which was no good to anyone. But yeah, there's a chance he could end up going to a 3rd tier side. DFT Lewis just talking about Jill says thoughts as well, frustrating, but the last few years we'd have switched off at 1-0, so there is progress. Right, we shall do a few more comments in a little while. Lee, your second game, which goes back to Dom's comment about 3 points again, ole, was Oldham Athletic 3, Newport County 0. Josh Hawkes at the double for the Latics and Joe Quigley in between. And a second home win of the season for Mickey Mellon's men.
Yeah, okay, so a second half display for Oldham in this one. That's now 4 unbeaten, I believe, in the league. And a big 3 points for Oldham against Newport. I think a lot of their fans will have expected to be beating Newport. I know the new manager bounces sometimes are worried, but you'd still be confident at Boundary Park. And yeah, a good win after first half. I'm not even going to talk about because I think Newport will probably be the happier of the two. Oldham, funny side that they struggle to get going. They're either good first half or good second half. It's not full 90 minutes, but yeah, with this one, they come out firing second half and looked a different outfit. Spoke to Dom offline, and he said that was the case. They just poor first half, really lackluster, and yeah, second half, couple of changes really changed the game, and that were the case. So the first coming from a cross from Drummond, and after the keeper saved Mellon's header, Josh Hawkes tapped home for his first to put Oldham 1-0 up. And then Oldham's second, really good goal this. It was a long ball across originally, and Fondop, really good hold-up play. I think he showed his worth in this game, involved in I think it was 2 of the goals. Yeah, he started the move, moves it out wide. Then I don't know. I think it were Hawks that played it then back across to Drummond, who then passes across to Quigley, and he taps home to make it 2. Really good move. I think Oldham fans have been crying out for football like that for a long time. I know Mellon sometimes likes to go quite direct, but yeah, it was really well worked goal, and Quigley took it really well. And then Josh Hawkes getting his second, and Oldham's third. A great hold-up play from Fondop. I think he struggled, but I think he showed a little bit glimmer that he's finding his feet in this division after a good season last season, obviously coming off the bench. I think for me, Fondop, I think that's where he's best suited to come off the bench and make an impact, because he'll run his absolute gonads off here, and he'll put him centre about, and I nearly said B, but I thought no, I'll keep it PG. But yeah, that's what he'll do. He'll put a shift in, and yeah, he showed his worth. Really good hold-up play, moved it out wide, and Hawks fired across the keeper with left foot. Really good finish. So yeah, Oldham, big 3 points. For me, Newport, risky appointment in Fox. Is it Fox? Fox?
They are, aren't they, to be fair?
Yeah.
We're going to call him Christian Fuchs, I think.
Christian Fuchs, that's it.
But they are, definitely.
It's a really left field, lacking experience appointment. There were names in there that I'd have sooner gone for. I think it's his first managerial appointment. Mm-hmm. He were assistant in America. Such a risky appointment. It could go really well where it works out. But I think from the position they're in, they needed an experience. I know Steve Evans were linked with a job. I'd have sooner gone down there, because you know what you're going to get from Steve Evans.
Absolutely.
He'll hit the ground running straight away. So it's such a risky appointment. I know the Newport fans probably a little bit disappointed reading online as well. They wanted an experience. Sitting rock bottom, it's all you need just to get you out of it, and then maybe next season then assess it again. But yeah, it's such a weird one. Did not see that coming at all. But Oldham, yeah, keep ticking along nicely. And then we've said this before. Mellon, he plays the long game in a season. He don't just play one game at a time. He looks for the long periods. I think last season were an example. They were pretty poor, but they were still in that mix all season long, and then they ended up going up. I'm not saying they're going to go up again, but it's one to keep an eye on. I think if they recruit a couple, add to the squad and get injuries back, I think they could be one to watch for an outside.
There's one, isn't there, that goes like that? And they're 4 points off the playoffs now.
That's what I mean. And they don't concede,
they're 15th,
many goals as well.
No, they're phenomenal defensively. They got conceded 12 in 17 games. Like you say, it's the other way. They just need to add a little bit more in the final third. But yeah, I mean, the substitutions, you can't argue with that. I think Drummond came on, got an assist. Fondom got an assist. Quigley came on and scored. That's what you want when you make changes. And yeah, brilliant. But yeah, just back to Newport. I did a TikTok about Christian Fuchs' appointment. They don't learn for me, Newport at all. Since Flynn left, I think they've had 4 managers. 3 of them, it's been their first job. James Rowbury, Nelson Jardine, David Hughes, and now Christian Fuchs as well. Yeah. And he doesn't know the English game at all in terms of lower levels. Like, it's just feels to me like it's a desperate attempt to get a name.
Yeah.
Appease the fan base. But fans are intelligent. They're not stupid. And they know that this is like, well, what are they now? They're 4 points adrift of Harrogate in 23rd. They're 5 points from safety. So you've got to win 2 games to get yourselves above the dreaded line. They've won 3 in their first 17. So chances are they're not going to win 2 more games for a long time. Are we talking about a team that's potentially already down?
Possibly. I mean, I feel like the appointments they make, they want to be like different and like give that first manager appointment and then strike it lucky type thing. I don't know. It's just so weird. Just go for experience.
Lazy to me. Really, really lazy. And I know Hugh Jenkins was at Swansea and they had this brilliant model, but you're trying to ask League Two players to do what Championship players do, and that doesn't work. So for me, they're bang in trouble. Really, really are in trouble, unfortunately. Right, let's do a few more comments. You can have another sip of your Guinness. David Hutch says, Gills need a midfield dynamo that is strong, injury-resistant, hard to knock off the ball and totally to suit Division 1 and 2, Hest, Smith or Weatherly types, depending on your years following. Yeah, I mean, you can't have too many good players, Hutch, but I'm not sure them type of players exist anymore, do they, Lee? Proper old-school hard men.
No.
I don't think they do. Like, the game's different now. You can't just go rattling into people 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a game because you'll end up being sent off. So I don't think that type of centre midfielder exists anymore, purely because there's maybe a little bit too much protection.
Hey, the softest of tackles that when you win the ball can get you a yellow card these days. So
so people of that type, I just don't think would survive in the modern game because they'd be getting booked every 30 seconds. So Ryan confirms, it is Charlton that Canoe is on loan. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Jamie Strevens is in the chat. Evening, Jamie. Hi, gentlemen. Congrats to Lee. Poor performance at Gills Saturday, apart from Daki's start. I've been to a lot of games this season. Really think there's a lot of very average teams in this. I think it's open. We've said that plenty of times, haven't we, mate? It's such an open league. There's not one, like we all thought MK Dons would run away with it, but they're not. It's mental. Like, if you look from Oldham in 15th to top of the league, 9 points. It's absolutely nuts. Like, if Oldham fail to win the next 3, like, they could be dragged into like sort of 19th, 20th if other teams win. But if they go and win 7 points, they're banging the promotion mix. It's absolutely mental.
It is, and I think Oldham's the bar that sums this league up, because you have that good run, you're in the mix, and you have a bad run, you're proper in the mire. So I think that mid-table is a good little bar to set, and it sums this division up really nicely, I think.
Yeah, and you got Barnet just above them as well, and we both said they'd be fine, but not challenge the top 7, the top 3 this season. So at the moment, it looks at least like we know what we're talking about, which is always good. DFT Lewis says Fuchs is probably an appointment for the National League. Can't see them be anywhere near it come May. Yeah, I can't see anything different. That they're bang in trouble. We've already said it. Lucas says Gills have fallen off a cliff since coming to MK Dons. I think falling off a cliff's a bit strong. I mean, it's frustrating. It's 1 win in 8, but like I said, there's been draws in there that you lose previously. We're 3 unbeaten now as well, so it's a blip for me. 5 games, Lee. That's a blip, isn't it? Nothing more. All teams will have them.
I'd say falling off a cliff's defeats, isn't it? You're picking up draws. I think that's
we've still picked up draws in there, as well. And like I say, we're 3 unbeaten now, 2 draws and a win since Gareth was back in the fold. So I don't think it's fallen off a cliff. I just think every team will have a rough trot throughout the season. And if that's ours and we're still 7th and we're still within striking distance, then I think we're absolutely fine.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at MK Dons, they had that little blip when they come through. It teams have them. It's League Two. It's going to happen. Everyone in this division will have a run of wins or defeats. And teams will take points off of each other as well, and that's what's great about it as well.
Absolutely. That's why we love it. That's why we do this. There's over 30 of you now watching. We love that as well. So thank you very much. Got another Walsall fan in the chat. Street Ender Tonka. Evening, lads. Congrats to Lee on the award. Well deserved, by the way. Street Ender Tonka. That's an excellent
do a little segment on this, by the way.
Go on then. Why not? Why not? Go on.
So what I'm going to do is a little bit of fun. It might not happen. We know there's only 5 packs in a packet, 5 stickers in a packet, sorry. So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to open 2 packets, and the first packet I open, if I get a League 2 side, and if I get a League 2, the first League 2 side, if I get one, they're getting promoted. A little bit of fun.
Can you get Newport up?
And the second pack, and the second pack I open, if they come out, sorry, you're getting relegated.
Right. Okay. This is, I mean, and see, this is all the research we do, everybody. Look, this is how we do it. We open packets of stickers to decide. God,
these, if you've not got them, go out to a shop.
Oh, outstanding.
Tesco,
Absolutely
Smoke, like, unbelievable. So we'll open the first pack, see what we get. I don't know if you want to run through comments.
I'm going to talk about my second feature game while you open some stickers. And then you can show us what you've got in a minute. My second feature game was Notts County 1, Colchester United 3. Early own goal put the Magpies in front when Kane Vincent Young deflected a header into his own net past Matt Macy. But Colchester came roaring back. Harry Anderson's excellent equaliser on 14 minutes was then added to by Mika and Bick just after half-time, and Will Goodwin's third in injury time sealed an excellent away victory for Danny Cowley's men. And Colchester were just starting to get going in this one, yeah. Like I say, they was behind early. Ball in from the right-hand side. Tyrese Hall met it with his head and it sort of bounced off Vincent Young's knee and into the bottom of the net, but nothing anyone could do about that. But yeah, I think the keeper for Notts County probably thought he'd done well coming out to clear up Ellis Iandalo's long through ball, but wasn't factoring in Harry Anderson curling home superbly from 25 yards, first time into an unguarded net. Macy then had to be on his toes, to be fair. Notts County were on top for a period, kept his side level either side of the break, and then the classic sucker punch. Kyrie's Lisby sliding in Mika and Bick, who finished really well under Roos to put them in front. He then had to make a big save from Jack Tucker as Colchester went in hunt of a third to kill it off. Then Will Goodwin thought he'd scored, only to have it chalked off for an offside flag, but he wasn't to be denied for long, striking under Roos late on to cap a terrific day for the Essex outfit. And they are starting to get their act together. And again, similar to Oldham, they now sit 13th, but they are only 3 points off the playoff places, Lee. Are we looking at Colchester as another one of those potential ones to go through the gears as the season goes on?
I like Colchester. They're scoring goals. They've got pace up front. There's just something about them. I like them. I like a team that's got that pace and power up front. And yeah, I think they're getting some big results. They just need to have that run where they put a run of results together. I think that they'll do a couple and then lose the games you expect them to win. But yeah, I do like the look of them. If I'm a Colchester fan, I'd be slightly optimistic that this season you can be in and around the playoffs, that is for sure. Because we've got some really good players.
They've got Jack Payne to come back as well. He's missed the last two. And you look, to be fair to them, their last four, they've played their last four, they've played Notts County, Walsall, Bromley, and Swindon, and they've taken 7 points from them 4 games. The only defeat came against Bromley when they were probably the better side, ironically. So if you look at them teams, Notts County in the playoffs, Walsall top of the league, Bromley now third, and Swindon have been first and second for a long time. So 7 points from them 4 is an absolutely brilliant return.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and another good result. So yeah, like I say, I'd be really, really optimistic, and I think this season, I watched them at I think it was Grimsby. It looks solid, and obviously watching the highlights, I think the beat was it Walsall last weekend, which was a fantastic result. To follow it up again this weekend, yeah. So definitely, as a Colchester fan, I'd be optimistic this season.
Yeah, they've got Cheltenham at home next weekend, and then they've got us the Saturday after before they go to Salford, and then they're at home to Newport, and they've got Crawley. So that's their next 6. You'd fancy them to take. I mean, they play us twice in the run up to the new year, obviously, such as the local nature of Christmas fixtures. So yeah, they'll be buoyed by that. If they can pick up 3 wins in their next 6, they're going to be right in amongst it. Anyway, who's getting promoted? Come on, show us your stickers.
So we landed League 2 sticker first out as well. I'm not confident this is going to happen, but hey,
you get Newport, didn't I?
There we go. Mari Patrick, Tranmere, you're going up.
I'll have a five with you. They don't.
Yeah. So I'll up in my second part. I don't know if you want to go through comments while I do
Yeah,
it.
we do comments while you carry on with this absolutely foolproof plan.
I just thought of it while I was with my tea. Just any excuse for putting a pack of stickers
Just
live on
stickers, yeah. I did about 40 packs Saturday morning with Ava, and we got 1 Gillingham sticker. We were fuming. The Abandoned Hunter says, I really think Michael Flynn would have been a more sensible appointment by Newport. That's Flynn's club, and he still lives in it. Yeah, even someone like that. And we've said before that his managerial career has probably dropped off since he left Newport. But yeah, that would have been a better appointment for me than Christian Fuchs. He knows the club, he knows the area, he knows what Newport's about. Mike Gammon says, yeah, 2 years out of Evans and then he turns into a nasty piece of work. Yes, he does, or, you know, if you believe everything. But Newport need results now, not in 2 years. And I'm not being funny, do many managers get longer than 2 years these days anyway? Just think Christian Fuchs is a really, really strange appointment. Dom says, Fondop is definitely an impact player, putting himself about when times are getting tired. Newport, half decent first half, but showed all the signs of a team going dead. They just look like, to use the old analogy about buses, you get 1 and then 2 or 3 come along, and that's never a good sign. Very young team as well. Abandoned Hunter, this might be directed at you, Dom, says Walsall old boys Daniels and Monf doing well for Oldham. Yeah, loads of experience there. But I'll let
I think they're a solid partnership, really.
I'll answer that, yeah.
Big units, and you can always look at Oldham's clean sheets that they've had, so it's obviously working. And I think Daniels had a little spell, 2 or 3 games that he were out injured, and you notice the difference when he wasn't there. I think he missed the Notts County game that I covered, and you can tell that they really missed him. And that partnership is really well, because they're big, powerful lads, and I know I won't want to play against them. I would play.
No, exactly. It's similar to the managerial situation. You know what you're going to get from them. They've been around the block. They've been in League 2 and League 1. They know how it works.
Yeah.
They're not going to be, they're not going to be like fancy Dan centre halves and offer you loads of ball playing ability, but they're going to be solid, and they're going to be, not afraid to put their foot in. And yeah, that's probably a big reason why they've only conceded 12 goals in the league this season. Dom says rumours that Matthew Hudson's been offered an improved deal will be massive for the season if we can tighten. Yeah, he's been really good this season, and 12 goals conceded speaks for itself. Mike, just back on the Newport point, says, yeah, Newport hoping to uncover an unknown diamond, and at the moment they just keep pulling up rough. Right, who's getting relegated?
Well, 2 teams. It's the joint stickers. So we've just spoke about one of them. Yeah, Crawley, Colchester, you're off down.
One's got a chance. The other one, I'll have a fiver with you again. So,
yeah.
And the viewers can work out which one I mean. I'm having a fiver on that they won't.
But no, these stickers, they're great. I think that it's needed for the AFL, just for coverage, and it's great. I've seen so many posts that people are collecting. It's more adults that I've seen, if anything, and it's absolutely fantastic. Look.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of parents using their kids as an excuse.
100%, yeah.
I'm very honest about it. I absolutely love it.
I'm using my kid as an excuse. I haven't got a kid.
You've got to have a kid. No, it is really good. And like you say, because it's the first time that Panini have done it, there's never ever been any coverage of the Championship, League One and League Two. Really, really exciting to see. And yeah, I think there'll be enough fans we can find across social media to do swaps with and at different games. So yeah, it should be something that keeps us all entertained for the rest of the campaign. Right, more comments, and then we will do Vidi Printer. Oh, Dom's replied to Abandoned Hunter and says Month and Daniel's solid, but there is definitely a clanger in there. Nothing's changed there, Dom. The League Two, aren't they? We've said this plenty of times. The League Two players are going to make errors. If they didn't, they'd be in the Championship or higher up.
I'm very old school as well. I get it's fancy and teams like to play out the back. I'm not as keen, if I'm honest. I think your last resort defence, if anything goes wrong, I think it's worrying. I'm very old school, mate. I just get it into midfield and you've done your job. You're there to defend. You're not there to piss ball about it.
Same as goalkeepers, isn't it? Everyone wants their goalkeeper to be like a sweeper these days. I'm still of the generation where I want my keeper to be keeping clean sheets and making saves and commanding his box. I want my centre halves to go and win headers and clear it and kick people. And then if you've got your bit of stardust further up the pitch and you've got good wingers and a decent centre forward, they're the ones that go and win you the football match. And again, it's League Two, it's not the Premier League. But I understand that the game has changed and it's moved forward and that type of thing. But like anything, time and a place. Right. Greg the Fish just talking about League Two as a general. He says this season is really competitive, especially compared to the past few seasons where you knew who would beat you in any given week. Yeah, we've mentioned it before, like when you had your Stockports and your Wrexhams and your Mansfields a couple of years ago, everything was a little bit more predictable. This season is absolutely bonkers, like to the point where I just don't even look at form anymore. I try and do my preview and I'll be like, oh yeah, based on this and based on that, and then completely the opposite happens. So I might just start saying the opposite of what I think and I'll end up getting it correct. But Street Ender Tonka says, yeah, this season is stupidly tight. The title and the top three could be any team out of the top 10, and the playoffs are there for any team above the bottom 6 or 7, which means lots of disappointed fan bases come the end of the season, doesn't it? If you've got like 3/4 of the division think they can get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I've said I still think it'll go to that last day as well, where there's playoff places up for grabs, but there's also top 3 up for grabs with teams that's in the playoffs that can break into that top 3. I think it's going to be brilliant. And bottom, it could also be the same. You look at Newport, if things don't work out there, I think they're the ones that could get cut adrift fairly early. But you look at the other ones, I think there's all fight in them.
Got a question for you here, mate. Simon Bradshaw says, did you get the Oldham sticker book they were selling in the sports bar on your last week? You did, I think, didn't you? This is their promotion playoff campaign. Stick around, which again, another brilliant idea, which I think you showed everybody last week.
I did, yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
Just a great big child, isn't he?
Oh, stickers just take me back to being...
being a kid, exactly.
Yeah. They were selling it in the bar, but I've sure I read that they're going online soon. So it's the Oldham Supporters Foundation. You can get them on X. So yeah, follow them. And I'm sure I read, Dom might be able to tell me that they're going online because they just can't keep up with like stocks just going too quick. And they sold.
That is really, really good.
Yeah, they sold out again this week at the Newport game, so it's absolutely fantastic.
That is, yeah, that's really, really good. And like you say, it's a keepsake. It's a memento of a brilliant season and, you know, an appearance at Wembley that they ended up winning. The Abandoned Hunter quickly says, got to disappear. Take care, gents. Yes, Colchester or there or thereabout. Take care, Smithy. We'll see you next week, hopefully. Mike the Gills fan says, Colchester getting their act together just in time for a couple of games against us next month. Yes, had noticed that. Can't wait for that. What else have we got? And then we need to do the Vidi Printer.
So there, your game week. It's quite a quick turnaround because fixtures like you play a team and then over the Christmas period, is it that you play more January?
Yeah, we've got them first Saturday in December, and then we play them 29th of December at our place. Yeah, so twice in a month. So yeah, to be honest, I think I'll take 2 draws at the moment, given we're a bit up and down, and they seem to be coming into some form. But it could all change by then, couldn't it? You know, injury, suspensions, that type of thing. Simon says if Oldham hadn't drawn so many games this season, they'd be close to the playoffs. Yeah, they would. Yeah, again, that comes back to goal scoring, doesn't it? You just need someone who can regularly put the ball in the back of the net, because defensively they're very hard to break down. I know you've watched them for a long time now, Liam, haven't you? Like, sort of through their promotion push last season and this season a couple of times. I mean, they were decent against Gills back end of August, weren't they? But again, it was glaringly obvious then that they didn't have a centre forward that knew where the back of the net was.
Yeah, it is. If they start scoring, obviously they're not conceding. I think you have to be taking them serious. We just spoke about Colchester scoring goals. I think they address that and add a couple that can give you that extra little bit of quality when they need it, especially in the wide areas. I feel like Drummond's picking up a little bit of form. He seems to got a little bit about him. I know he was involved in the goals at the weekend, so that's going to give him the confidence. And if he gets a couple of goals as well, he's going to go from strength to strength. And he's a big player because he frightens the life out of defenders with his pace.
Yeah, pace scares anyone. Defender, you don't want to. It don't matter what level. You don't want to be running towards your own goal. That's one of the worst things to be doing as a defender. So, Hutch is just back on his comment about the Gills midfield. Says he doesn't want a thug, just someone more robust. I think we've got players in there that are robust. The likes of Ethan Coleman and Robbie McKenzie have both played pretty much every game this season. Dackie's played a lot of games. I know we've got others. Amani Little, unfortunately, keeps breaking down. But no, I didn't mean thug. I just meant like the nature of the game means that you can't be a Mark Weatherly or an Andy Hessenthaler or a Paul Smith anymore, because you can't get away with as much in a game as you used to be able to, because there's more cameras and that type of thing. But yeah, of course, and I always say you can't have too many good players, Hutch. So January's round the corner. We shall see what happens. Jamie says, just interested to know, but when Gills have done the new fan zone, will this be the only one in League Two? No, there's plenty. There's plenty of good ones about, isn't there? You've done a few in terms of fan zones. I was at Bristol Rovers a few weeks ago. That was really, really impressive. Bandstand for live music, different food stalls, beer on tap, plenty of seats. Where else we've been? Who else? Who have you done that's got good fan zone? Who would you say is the best?
Well, I was going to say Oldham's decent. They've got like a fan zone bar. That's pretty decent. Off the top of my head, I'd have to think about it. Grimsby's got a little one in the corner, which is brilliant because it's like directly under the floodlights, a bit like old school.
Proper old school floodlights as well, haven't they? Yeah.
I think that's what teams, and obviously off the field, it's massive. It's another source of revenue. You want fans in and around that ground as early as possible, spending money in it. It's all
Doncaster's is good in League One. They were in League Two last season. Doncaster's is really good. They have nice stuff going on outside, don't they? A big bar that away fans can go into as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty about, Jamie. It'd be exciting to see when Gills can get it done. Dom's boasting, says he's got a shiny Frank Rothwell. I hope that's not a euphemism, mate. Luca says, great show. Thanks, Luca. Appreciate you being in the chat. Hutch has got to run. Take care, boys. Yeah, and you too, mate. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Right, Lee, we better do video printer.
Yes, mate.
I don't think there are any nil-nils this week, which is lovely.
No.
Gillingham v Barnet was the second 12:30 kickoff, and that finished 1 each. Bradley Dack's 45th minute free kick cancelling out Callum Stead opener. Cambridge went to Barrow and won 2-0 thanks to a second half double from Pelly and Panzu. Bromley 2, Salford City 0 in two sides in and around the playoff picture. Omar Schwumney and Will Hondermark with first half goals sealing the points for Andy Woodman's men. Crawley and Accrington played out a 1-1 draw. Kabongo Shimanga equalising Isaac Heath's first half opener. There was a hell of a game at Gresty Road. Crewe Alexander 3, Chesterfield 3. Chesterfield were 2-0 up inside 25 minutes thanks to James Berry and Lee Bonis. But an Emre Tegzel penalty and a Callum Agier strike got things level for the Alex. Dylan Markande then thought he'd won it for the Spireites on 65 minutes, but James Connolly levelled again on 69, and they could not be separated in 6 goals. Fleetwood absolutely flying at Highbury at the moment. Another win, courtesy of goals from Ryan Graydon, Lewis McCann and Matty Virtue. Even a James Bolton red card couldn't stop them winning against Shrewsbury Town, whose goal was scored by Ishmael Kabir. Swindon threw away a 2-goal lead at home to Grimsby Town. Ollie Palmer and Billy Bowden for the home side before Kieran Green and a Danny Rose spot kick levelled things up for the Mariners. There was another Desmond. Finally, Tranmere 2, MK Dons 2. Charlie Whittaker double had put the Wirral team in command before John Mellish pulled one back on 78 minutes. Jonathan Lecco then got himself sent off on 79 minutes before Kane Thompson Sommers scored to make it 2 each.
What are your thoughts on the sending off?
Oh, he's thick as pig stuff. I know we was chatting to Jonathan in the Jonathan in the WhatsApp chat, the MK Dons fan last night. He knows what he's doing. Like, of course, Smith's going to try and move into his path, but there's like a whole half of pitch. You can just run round him and close down the. You see him proper go towards Smith. It's honestly, it's just brain dead. Like, I think Jonathan said it's his first start of the season. Now you're going to miss a couple of games because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't understand it. I know they say footballers are thick. People do that. They don't help them out at all because it really is. It's just stupidity of the highest order. And then he stands there all surprised, like he don't know what's happening. He's on a yellow card, like, and you've just run at full tilt into a centre half and just smashed your shoulder into him. It's I can't say it enough. It's just so stupid.
Yeah, well, it
just makes me laugh.
Like watching Gladiators, where they.
Oh, it was mental. Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, wouldn't have looked out of place in a rugby game.
No, it wasn't.
Absolutely, absolute full throttle towards him, wallop, and then looks around like he's been hard done by. No, but yeah, big point for MK Dons coming back from 2-0 down and with 10 men as well. Do you want to do your goals of the week, sir?
Yes, we'll start. So my number 3 was Cano. His goal for Walsall. Really liked it. Through ball, riding a challenge. And he's really cool and calm and collected. Obviously, then gets it past the defender and slots really calmly home. And like I say, it's his 7th goal this season. Really neat finish. Second, Billy Bowden. Side foot, top corner finish. Love it. And then I've wrote my number 1, Dak, free kick. Wow.
I don't really say it. It's an absolute stunner.
I don't really say it anymore, do I?
Like, that's Gills have been in your top 3, I think, 3 weeks in a row now, aren't they? Clark, Dak. Like,
it's the Dak show, mate.
We don't score lots of goals, but we are scoring some absolute belters at the moment. I put honourable mentions to Matty Virtue, Billy Bowden, and Daniel Carno. And then my 3rd place was a slightly different one, and you mentioned it. I said how good it was earlier.
Yeah.
So quickly, Oldham v Newport. I thought that was an absolutely stunning team goal. Like, Michael Fondop's first touch is brilliant. He then holds it off. He then wriggles clear. I think he then releases, is it Jamie Robson, the left back, fizzes a ball to the back post. You got Drummond running onto it. Now, the option there is to probably try and go for goal from a tight angle, but he doesn't. He's got the intelligence to look up and cut it back to Quigley, who just has to set himself and smack it in. I thought that's one of the best team goals we've seen scored this season. Really, really enjoyed it. Of course, we all love, 30-yarders in off the crossbar, top corner and that type of thing, but I thought that was a really, really good team goal. And like you said, we keep saying it, if Oldham can just add a little bit of quality in the final third, they could be a team to keep an eye on in the second half of the campaign, because they play in such a way that means they're always in games. Yeah,
and I think with Drummond, anyone could have been easy to shoot there, but he's had the know-all to make it easier for Quigley, and he's put it on a plate for him, and it's really good, neat goal. I think Fondop does really well to start the move after.
You mentioned the big diag, I think, from Daniels or
exactly
as well. That's not just a hump clear. That's a ball that's trying to pick Fondop out. Yeah, really, really good. 5 people involved from back to front. Really enjoyed it. Second, I'm surprised you didn't mention it, was Harry Anderson. Colchester against Notts County. I know it's an open goal, but he's on the run. First time. Yeah. 25 yards to be that alert to just ping it back over the top of the keeper, I thought was really, really impressive. Got him level. And yeah, he's having a good season. He's another one who's having a good season for Colchester. And yeah, we're a bit predictable. Number 1, Bradley Dack, Gillingham, free kick, 25 yards out, up and over the wall. Absolute postage stamp, and I was lucky enough to catch it on camera. He is back to what the best version of Bradley Dack can be now.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind he's had 2 knee reconstructions. We're not going to see a Bradley Dack like we saw at Gillingham when he was a kid, or when he was at Blackburn first couple of years when he was scoring 15, 16 league goals, scoring at St James's Park to knock Newcastle out of the cup on the verge of the Premier League. But he's having a huge influence on football matches at the moment, and it's great to see, because there's obviously the romantic side of it. But we've all agreed, I think, before, that Bradley Dack fit in this division is too good for most teams.
Yeah, and it's great to see, because, like you say, he's been through some crap times. It must be hard, especially with the injuries that he's had, to be sidelined and think, will I ever get back to that level that we had? But for me, I think he's there. He's looking really sharp. He's scoring goals. I think did he clear one off the line for you as well? So he's involved.
He did. He did that against Bristol Rovers a few weeks ago as well, to keep us in front. Yeah, he did laugh. He got asked about that on his post-match interview, and he said, "Yeah, it's always something I've done as a kid, because when I was younger, I used to have to go on the post because I'm not short, big enough to win headers." Yeah. But he said invariably it means I've always left someone unmarked in the 6-yard box. So he said if someone taps it in, I'll get an absolute roasting from the gaffer. But yeah, twice in a few weeks he's managed to get back on the line and keep an effort out, which is great to see. Your player of the week then, my friend?
Yeah, let me get my notes up, mate. So it's Cruz, Emre Tezgal, involved quite a lot. Obviously scored from the penalty spot with a composed finish, 35th minute, and then it's a fantastic move from him, and it puts it on an absolute plate. Great move, and then he throws him step over and ball to the back post. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, he gets it for me. Crew. Yeah, great game and all.
Yeah, mad game. Also, there's, like we keep saying, but we laugh about Gills saying they scored a belter every week at the moment. There always seems to be a mental 3-all every week in League Two as well.
Yeah.
It just feels like there's an absolutely crazy game. Dom is in the chat still. He's just put Total Football, that second goal, and his choice for player of the week will please him. I went for Oldham Athletics' Josh Hawkes. 2 goals in an all-action display to help the Latics to their second home win of the season, as they put 3 past Newport County. Yeah, he played 90 minutes, 42 touches, 89% pass completion, 2 key passes, 6 ball recoveries, 5 shots, 3 of them were on target, and 2 goals. Yeah, so my player of the week was Oldham Athletics' Josh Hawkes. You got any more stickers to open, mate? Who's going to win the playoffs?
Go on, then I'll.
You can do that, because I forgot to upload the league table, so you can quickly do that while I change these photos a bit.
We'll quickly open another pack. So who's going to win the playoffs? Here we go. I've got 2 packs. If I don't get one in first, I'll open second. Unfortunately, none in that. Championship players.
Mike's just said, I was going to say, we've got a bit of the best of that. We were never getting the full pie. However, even what we are getting is way ahead of anything else in the league. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, like I say, the romantic side is brilliant, but we're getting the best of Bradley Dack as he can be now, which is brilliant.
I've not got a playoff winner, but I've got your playoff final.
Go on then.
Chesterfield v Grimsby.
That's probably the most realistic one you've picked so far.
Yeah, a good final, that. Obviously, Gillingham's already up.
Gills better get in the top 3 then, because I don't want them losing out of the playoff. What are we doing, eh? The stickers of talking. And it's like Paul the Octopus at the 2018 World Cup.
I know. Amazing.
We're all full of knowledge here, aren't we? Shall we have a little look at the league table? See who's where. Let's get rid of this one. Simon, the Oldham fan, says, could my heart stand another playoff final? I mean, you take it if you have to, don't you? But yeah, it's one of them that we've always said, if it's guaranteed to win at Wembley, wonderful. But if not, you just feel ill for basically the entire day.
So put this in comments for people. We've got 5 minutes. Your team gets to the playoff final. Tell me your day, start to finish. What are you doing? I'll start with you, Matt. What would you do if Gills got there? Apart
We'll
from
be having about,
a couple of
we're having
toilet
about,
breaks.
I was going to say, I'm having about 8 nervous when I've got up. I don't know. You got to be up there early, ain't you, for playoff final day? Like, yeah, generally feeling nauseous. Probably get there, go and have a breakfast somewhere beforehand with Ava. Probably get the train to that one because obviously the atmosphere would be incredible rather than a coach. I'd imagine we'd take loads and loads because it's local for us, and we've taken. I think we took nearly 50,000 to Wembley in '99 and about 35,000 about 40,000 to both back in the day, and plenty in 2009 as well. Yeah, so it'd be up early, breakfast, 25 nervous poos. Then I'd probably have to have another breakfast on the train. Yeah, and then just get in and around Wembley because stunning place to watch football. And then cross everything. Take a prayer mat, the Bible. Not even religious, but yeah, I just hope that we can get it over the line any which way.
It's just fantastic that day. I mean, I even love it going as a neutral. It's just like, yeah, I took a bit because I think I did League One, League Two last season. Obviously, then the National League final. For me, obviously neutral. It's nice to go and cover where your team's not there, because I've been there where we've won and lost. It's absolutely polar opposites, but to watch people and see what, obviously it's some of it's first trip to Wembley, and just to see Wembley for the first time, it's just it's magical.
Yeah, I remember when we went to the National League playoff final with you, didn't we, me and Ava, and obviously I recorded Ava coming up the concourse and to the steps to see just how big Wembley is, and that like big open-eyed, it's nuts. Like, I mean, we've been lucky enough to go to some decent grounds to watch football, watching the Gills over the years. Like, been at Hillsborough and Fratton Park and big Premier League grounds in cups. But yeah, Wembley obviously is the national stadium. It's just a little bit more special. Right, what have we got? We've got BFT Lewis says train down from MK to Wembley and then 6 monsters.
6 monsters, bloody hell, you've been floating around Wembley.
Nick says you two are the stickers. It's like having the grandkids for the evening. Sorry, Grandad. Staying at home after last year, says Ryan, the Walsall fan.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Mike says, I was fine for the last playoff final with Shrewsbury after they walloped us by 7 in the league. My expectations were low. Dom's commented, of course, it involves the booze, bus, plenty of drinks, Meatley in the Green Man. That's if he doesn't join us on the bus and go through every emotion under the sun. What happens if it's Oldham versus Gills in the playoff final, mate?
Oh my God, you have put me right on. Oh man.
To be fair, I'd go on a booze bus and all.
If I went on that booze bus down to Wembley, you won't even see me anyway.
It'd just been a vlog of you recording the ceiling.
Yeah, I'd just be asleep
somewhere by Watford Gap.
Yeah. Oh man, you've called it now. That's you've called it, haven't you? Now that's what you've said.
I live in East Manchester. It's been an early start, just like 1st of June this year. I was on the coach, 10-hour round trip, but worth it. That's the thing. Jonathan just says just to win in the playoffs of any description. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, MK Dons don't have the best record. Right, we've got a minute to go. Let's quickly have a look at the league table before we blow full time. And here she is. Newport cut adrift in 24th with 11 points from their 17 games. Harrogate slip into the bottom 2 after an other defeat for the Sulphurites. Shrewsbury slipped to 22nd after defeat at Fleetwood. Cheltenham jump out after their win. Bristol Rovers plummeting like a stone to 20th. And then above them, we've got Crawley, Accrington, Barrow, Tranmere, Oldham, Barnet and Colchester to complete the bottom half. Salford's little dip in form recently sees them drop to 12th. Fleetwood up to 11th. Cambridge in 10th after a good win on the road. Grimsby stayed just outside alongside Crewe, who both drew at the weekend. The playoffs are completed by Gillingham, Chesterfield, Notts County and MK Dons. Bromley move into the top 3, having an absolutely astonishing season, only lost 3 all season. Swindon and Walsall flip-flop again as the Saddlers return to the summit with 32 points. It's been a good one again, mate. I've really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it's a great show. I can't believe we're finishing on time. I think it's the first one, but I feel like we've done loads in this show. We've opened
Yeah, we have,
stickers.
yeah. Yeah, we've
drunk
predicted, like, we've got foolproof promotion thing. We've had Guinness. I'm going to finish that one now. Happy days.
But no, it's been another great show. Just enjoy it. What's this now? Is 15th, 14th?
15, yeah, crazy, isn't it? Absolutely flying through them, yeah. So obviously we'll have a little think around the festive period because it might be difficult to do shows to cover every single round of fixtures. It might be like a Christmas special and then a New Year special because we'll both be busy at games. Yeah, last couple of comments. Mike says, I hope Harrogate get relegated. Their shirt sponsor stopped businesses with me and I want revenge. We love that level of pettiness on this show, mate, so that's absolutely fine. Tough game for the Saddlers against Bromley on Saturday, says Ryan. Dom says, great show. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you watching as always. There it is. And DFT Lewis says, great show as always, lads. Sorry I was late. Hopefully I can catch next week up the 3 unbeaten Mega Gills. And that. Alan Jonathan says, keep up the fantastic words, guys. Cheers, Jonathan. I know it's difficult for you to watch live on a Monday, so you rescind one of them for you.
Yeah.
Right. Any other business, mate, or are we done?
We're done, mate. We're done.
We are done. Covered it all. Covered it all. Really enjoyed it. Again, that's the right one, isn't it? There, look. Congratulations to this man. Come on, show us the trophies again quickly.
Yeah, so there's my best in non-league. And then best content creator.
And there's world's finest dad.
I love it. There you go.
Yeah. I bought that for myself.
I think the point when they read my name out, and then I'm like, as what I'm walking up, I'm like, yeah, I've got to speak here. I think that's
well. I've seen the videos, really, really good. So yeah, congratulations again, mate. Thoroughly deserved. I keep telling you how good you are. Everybody else does. So fingers crossed that you believe it now. Yeah, that is a brilliant place to end it. He's award-winning Lee. I am
best in
by myself at last, Matt. Best in the house. And this has been the League Two show.